1.21, also known as the Tricky Trials update, is quite a mysterious update. Everything from a new weapon to a new structure, Mojang really put a lot of effort into this update. And it really shows because starting off with, number 1. Everyone has dreamed about having automatic crafters in Minecraft, and that dream has finally come true introducing the new crafter block. With this block, you can enable and disable slots that tell this thing what you want to craft. And by attaching a hopper to it with items needed for a crafting recipe, the crafter works its magic and automatically crafts the item intended. You can even take this a step further by adding a barrel or chest to the output side of the crafter, and it automatically crafts and puts your item into a barrel. The items needed to craft this thing is 5 iron, 2 redstone, a crafting table, and a dispenser. But be careful that you put your items in the right order, otherwise they won't craft your item. I'll soon make a video on how to use this thing, because it's pretty complicated. A new structure, the Trial Chambers, has been added to Minecraft, adding new mobs, items, and blocks along with it. The Trial Chambers is a really difficult structure to beat. It's almost like the final boss of Minecraft in a sense. This structure is filled with barrels, chests, and dispensers, most of them containing items that are used to help the mobs try to kill you. Also located all throughout the chambers is a new block called the Trial Spawner. When you first look at it, it looks like a normal retextured spawner, but this thing has more to it than meets the eye. It spawns a wave of monsters until it literally can't anymore, and once all the monsters are dead, the spawner can give really good loot. Examples include glowberries, emeralds, baked potatoes, golden carrots, ender pearls, regeneration potions, strength potions, and a new item called the trial key. This key really does nothing except open another new block called the vault. This block is unlocked by the trial key and can give some insane loot. Some examples from this really long list include diamonds, golden apples, enchanted diamond gear and tools, and tridents. There's a new projectile called the wind charge, which can shoot players up into the air and can even be dropped from the vault in the trial chambers. This can make for some really easy escapes or can really help in PvP when trying to land combos. There's a new mob in the trial chambers called the breeze. And I don't know if this is true or not, but apparently Minecraft named this mob after a hack client, so when you look up breeze, it wasn't their first suggestion. But moving on, this mob shoots wind charges at the player, making it really difficult to defeat the monsters. The breeze is spawned by the trial spawner, which can also have other mobs that it can spawn, and a really cool thing about that, depending on what mob it spawns, it has a different block surrounding the spawner. For example, a slime spawner has moss around it, and a zombie spawner has mossy cobblestone around it. Speaking of new mobs, there's another variant of the skeleton called the Bogged. This mob can also spawn in trial chambers, but it can also spawn in swamps and mangrove forests. Different from skeletons though, the Bogged shoots poison arrows at the player, dealing a lot more damage than normal skeletons. Killing it drops a poison arrow, making for some poison arrow farms if you really need them. Hey you, yeah, you. If you scroll down, there's a big white subscribe button. Doesn't it look beautiful? Don't you just want to press it? Seriously guys, I'm trying to work towards YouTube rank. Look, I know every YouTuber on the planet asks this, but if you could please press that subscribe button, that would really help me out. Thanks for your understanding, but I still don't have that YouTube rank. Mojang decided to change how the ominous effect works in Minecraft. Normally when you kill a bannered pillager, you get bad omen. But not anymore. Killing the bannered pillager drops the ominous bottle. Drinking this can do 2 things, trigger raids in villages, or if you drink it in a trial chamber, the spawners give off blue fire and can even summon mobs wearing armor, making it a real challenge. Even the spawners can shoot wind charges at the player, and even some new potion effects at players and mobs depending on the potion effect. If you manage to beat it, the spawner has a 30% chance of dropping a new ominous key, which is used to unlock the new ominous vault, which gives much better loot compared to the normal vault. Talking about potions, Minecraft added 4 new potions, number 1 being the infestation effect, which occasionally spawns 1 to 3 silverfish when you take damage. Number 2 being the weaving effect, which makes it so when you die, it'll spawn cobwebs around you. It also makes the only renewable cobweb source. Number 3 being the oozing effect, which spawns 2 medium slimes whenever you die. And last but not least, number 4 being the wind charging effect, which you can probably guess. It makes it so wind charges spawn whenever you die. Now these effects aren't really meant for players, but rather for mobs in the trial chambers, which will make it a lot harder to complete the waves and get the goodies. Minecraft decided to add a new weapon called the Mace, which is an extremely overpowered weapon. The way it works is by jumping to land hits on mobs and players. Before its nerf, this thing had the exact same attack speed and damage as a diamond sword and could also one-shot a full protection 4 netherite armored player in just a 12 block jump. And if you land a hit, you don't take any fall damage. But after its nerf, they made it so the attack speed is super slow at 0.5 speed and only does 6 attack damage. But to compromise, they doubled the durability, but they also made it so you could one-shot a full protection 4 netherite armored player in just a 9 block jump. But if you land a hit, you still don't take any fall damage, so that hasn't really changed. And is crafted by using the breeze rod, which is dropped from the breeze, and the new heavy core item, which has a 2.2% chance of dropping from an ominous vault. While we're on the topic about the mace, there are 3 new enchantments in Minecraft that can be applied to the mace and other weapons. The first one being the breach enchantment. This enchantment has 4 levels, with each one reducing the effectiveness of a target's armor by 15%. This enchantment can be added to the mace and other weapons. The second one being the density enchantment, which has 5 levels, with each one increasing the damage per block fallen by 1 HP. This enchantment can also be applied to the mace and other weapons as well. The third being the windburst enchantment, which can only be found on books in the ominous vault. This enchantment is mainly applied to the mace, but can also be applied to other weapons. Upon landing with the weapon enchanted by windburst, it will launch the player back up into the air to strike again. This enchantment has 3 levels, with each level increasing the launch height. There are 3 new music discs in the game. The first one called Creator Music Box, which is obtained by breaking quarter pots in trial chambers but only has a 0.8% chance of dropping. The second one called Precipice, which has a 3.6% chance of dropping from a regular vault. And finally we have Creator from a 7.5% chance of dropping from an ominous vault. Copper finally got an update. There are new variants of copper blocks, including a new one called Copper Grates. They also behave like copper and can be oxidized and waxed, but the main thing about them is that they're only found in trial chambers. But there are also new copper doors and trapdoors, each with their own weathered and oxidized variant. On top of all of that, there's one thing that has a lot of potential. You can now throw ender pearls through a nether portal and it will still keep its momentum. This also works with horses, pigs, and even minecarts. This makes for some really good transportation because you could literally go AFK and still get to your destination faster than ever. Another new mob in the update includes Armadillos. These guys are found in savannas and can be breeded using spider eyes. These cuties can curl up into a ball when a player sprints at them or when they are attacked by mobs. But they have more to them than meets the eye. When right-clicked with a brush, they drop the Armadillo skew, which can be used to make something the community has been wanting for ages. Wolf Armor has finally made it to Minecraft. Now people can finally protect their dogs with the new Wolf Armor, which is crafted from the Armadillo skews. To make it, you need 6 Armadillo skews placed like this. And to finally protect your furry friend, all you have to do is right-click your dog with the armor and you're good to go. This is everything that's new in the 1.21 Tricky Trials update. I hope this video taught you everything you need to know to conquer the trial chambers or to just mess around. Like and subscribe to hopefully beat the chambers, and I will see you in the next one.